20 terrifying and curious facts about the Norse apocalypse, Ragnarok. Ragnarok, also known as the Twilight of the Gods or the Fate of the Gods, is the prophesied battle of the end of the world in Norse mythology. It will bring forth a clash between the gods, the giants, and various monstrous creatures. Unlike in major religions and other mythological traditions, the Norse gods are mortal and will perish in Ragnarok, with only a few exceptions. This cosmic event represents a conflict between order and chaos, departing from the classic dualistic nature of many religious and mythological traditions. In Ragnarok, almost no one will survive, and the world will be reborn from its ashes as it is completely engulfed in flames and submerged in the sea. Today, we will delve into the fascinating topic of Ragnarok, the Norse apocalypse, and explore its main characters, especially Thor and his famous hammer, Mjolnir, and Odin with his prodigious spear. But before we dive deep, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to stay up to date with our latest updates. Music. Number 1, a unique battle with a foreseen outcome. The word Ragnarok comes from Ragnar, which means gods, and Rok, which signifies fate. Thus, it can be translated as fate of the gods. In the 13th century, Nordic poets changed Ragnarok to Ragnarokr, with the particle rokord meaning twilight, darkness, or dusk. Ragnarok was later translated into German as Gotterdammerung, which translates to Twilight of the Gods or Doom of the Gods. This name was used by Richard Wagner for the final opera of his Ring cycle. What sets Ragnarok apart from other apocalyptic tales, like the Armageddon, is that the gods already know the outcome of the final battle. It has been prophesied in great detail, and they know who will initiate the battle, who will die by whose hand, and they are even aware that they lack the power to prevent it. Number 2, the duplicity leading to Ragnarok. Ragnarok is presided over by the birth of 3 powerful and malevolent creatures, the children of Loki, Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent, Fenrir, the wolf, and Hel, the ruler of the underworld. Another event foreshadowing the final battle is the death of Balder, Odin's son, orchestrated by Loki. Loki, a mythological figure and son of the giant Farbauti, and the giantess Laufey, was considered a brother by Odin, the chief god of Norse mythology, until he plotted the murder of Balder, Odin's second son. Balder died when his blind brother Hoder unknowingly wounded him with an arrow that Loki had poisoned. Enraged by this act, the gods sought to punish Loki, and Thor, the god of thunder, captured him. Loki was bound with 3 enormous boulders, and venom from a serpent was periodically dripped onto his face, causing excruciating pain and shaking the earth. This will continue until Ragnarok. Number 3, Ragnarok will be preceded by a deadly succession of winters. Ragnarok will also be heralded by the 3 successive winters known as Fimbulwinter. These winters will follow one after another without any intervening summers, leading to conflicts and the demise of all mankind. The term Fimbulwinter became a common expression in the Nordic countries, signifying an extremely harsh winter. Even the myth of Fimbulwinter is linked to a climate change that occurred in Scandinavia at the end of the Bronze Age, making the region much colder than it was around 2,650 years ago when the climate was somewhat milder. The Poetic Edda, the main source of Norse mythology, contains the following verses about this deadly winter preceding Ragnarok: brothers will fight and kill each other, sisters' children will defile kinship. Hard is the world, sensual sin. There is an axe age, a sword age, shields are riven. Wind age, wolf age, before the world sinks. Number 4, Loki and his son Fenrir break free. In the preliminary events of Ragnarok, the stars will vanish from the sky, plunging the earth into darkness. The monstrous wolf Fenrir and his brother Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent, will finally devour Sol, the sun, and Mani, the moon, after a near-endless pursuit. The earth will shake violently, uprooting trees, and mountains will crumble. At this point, Loki and his son Fenrir, a monstrous wolf of such size that he presses the sky with his upper jaw and scrapes the ground with his lower jaw, causing flames to emanate from his eyes and nostrils, will be set free. Number 5, 3 roosters will crow. The giant Hecate, guardian of the Jotnar, will sit on his mound and play his harp, wearing a severe smile. The Jotnar are a race of giants with superhuman strength, cousins and enemies of the gods, although they often intermarry. The red rooster, Fiela, will crow for the giants, and the golden rooster, Gullinkambi, will crow for the gods. A third rooster, a rusty red one, will raise the dead from the realm of darkness in the underworld. Number 6, the serpent Jormungandr will rise, causing calamity. Jormungandr, the daughter of Loki and also known as the Midgard serpent, will rise from the depths of the ocean floor and head towards the land. As it moves, it will thrash and writhe with fury, causing the sea to surge and collide with the land. The serpent will spew venom with every breath, contaminating the sky and the earth. When the gods, particularly the leaders of the Norse pantheon, learned of Jormungandr's birth and the terrible creatures that spawned it, they assigned Thor to neutralize the threat. The god of thunder hurled the serpent into the sea surrounding Midgard, the world of humans, where it remains confined until Ragnarok. Number 7, the attack from the north and the Jotnar giants from the east. From the eastern lands, the army of the fire giants known as the Jotnar will depart their home in Jotunheim on the terrifying ship Naglfar, captained by the giant Rim. This ship will be made entirely from the untrimmed fingernails of the dead. It will be propelled by the tide and the flood towards Vigrid, the great battlefield where the gods will fight against the fire giants led by Surt. From the north, the giant Hrimthursa will sail on a second ship to Vigrid, steering the inhabitants of the underworld as lifeless cargo. Number 8, the fire giants will shatter the Rainbow Bridge. The air will tremble with cracking noises and echoes, and the entire world will be engulfed in war. Amidst this chaos, the fire giants from the blazing realm of Muspel, led by Surt, will march southward and split the sky near Vigrid, burning everything in their path. The realm of fire is even higher than Asgard, the home of the Aesir gods. As the fire giants ride across the Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge, it will crack and collapse behind them. Garmr, the chained dog guarding the gates of the realm of the dead in the formidable cave of Niflhel, will also break free and join the fire giants on their march to Vigrid. Number 9, Heimdallr will be the first to spot the approaching enemy. All the Jotnar giants, Surt, the fire giants, the dead from the underworld, the wolf Fenrir, the serpent Jormungandr, and the dog Garmr will gather on the battlefield, forming an extensive army that will stretch 120 leagues, roughly 580 kilometers, in every direction. Heimdallr, the guardian of the Bifrost bridge leading to Asgard, the realm of the gods, will be the first of the gods to spot the approaching enemy. Heimdallr, a son of Odin born from the blood of a boar and chosen for his exceptional abilities, possesses keen eyesight and hearing, capable of staying awake for several days. His hearing is so acute that he can hear the grass growing. Number 10, Heimdallr will sound the warning. Heimdallr will alert the presence of the enemy by blowing his horn, Gjallarhorn. When Heimdallr, the watchman of the gods, sees the enemy, he will sound his horn, which will reverberate with such force that it will be heard in all 9 worlds of Norse mythology. The Völuspá, the oldest and most important poem of the Poetic Edda, states, "The sons of Mimir move swiftly, and the destiny is heard in the note that Gjallarhorn blows on high." Mimir's head to the gods is near, the shining Vonir's protector speaks to Odin. "Hearken, ye gods!" The horn sounds aloft, Heimdallr calls the holy races. Heimdallr's horn will awaken all the gods, who will gather in council. Number 11, Odin consults his grandfather Mimir. After the Council of Gods, Odin will set out to consult his grandfather, Mimir. Odin will mount his horse, Sleipnir, and gallop to Mimir's abode to inquire about his own fate and the fate of his people. Sleipnir, an 8-legged grey steed, is the son of Loki's stallion, Svartholfari. It is the swiftest horse capable of reaching Hel, the realm of the dead. Its 8 legs symbolize the 8 winds that blow from the 4 cardinal directions. Mimir, the character whom Odin seeks counsel from, is his grandfather and the guardian of the Well of Wisdom. Initially, Mimir denied Odin access to the well's knowledge, and Odin had to negotiate by sacrificing one of his eyes in exchange. Number 12, the gods gather an army of 540,000 warriors. During this time, Yggdrasil, the world tree, will shake from its roots to its crown, causing everything in the sky, earth, and underworld to tremble. Yggdrasil, also known as the cosmic ash tree or the tree of life, has its roots and branches connecting the 9 realms of Norse mythology. From its roots springs the well that fills the well of knowledge guarded by Mimir. All the gods, including the Aesir and the Einherjar, the spirits of warriors who died in battle, will don their battle attire. For each of the 540 doors of Valhalla, 800 warriors will emerge, creating an army of 432,000 soldiers. Valhalla is a grand and majestic hall that serves as the backdrop for the key events in the realm of the gods. Number 13, Odin leads his army into battle. The army of gods will march towards the battlefield of Vigrid, with Odin at the forefront, riding Sleipnir. Odin will don radiant armor, a golden helmet, and wield his spear, Gungnir. The spear of the supreme god is capable of delivering a powerful blow with just a touch. It was crafted by the dwarves, skilled beings of Norse mythology known for their mastery of magic and metallurgy, particularly in forging. The spear was a gift to Odin as compensation for cutting off Sif's beautiful hair, the wife of Thor, while she slept. Gungnir symbolizes Odin's strength and power, and anyone whom Odin dances his spear over belongs to him. Number 14, Tyr's role in the search for Fenrir. Odin will embark on a quest to find the colossal wolf Fenrir, but Thor, the second-ranking god in Norse mythology, will be unable to assist him as the serpent Jormungandr will claim his attention after breaking free from its oceanic confinement. Tyr, a member of the Vanir gods and the god of war and justice, will face off against the fire giant Surt and will be the first god to fall in Ragnarok. He will have entrusted his sword to his servant and messenger, Skirnir, the son of Jormungandr and brother of Freyr. Skirnir eventually became one of the most important gods in Norse paganism. Number 15, Thor kills Jormungandr, but succumbs to its venom. Thor will slay the serpent Jormungandr with his famous hammer, Mjolnir, but he will only take a few steps before succumbing to the venom spat by the serpent. Jormungandr is the most popular and recognizable Norse mythological creature outside the Nordic world, and Mjolnir, Thor's mighty hammer capable of shattering mountains and returning to his hand after being thrown, is equally renowned. Number 16, Odin falls victim to Fenrir's jaws. Odin will engage in a protracted battle against the wolf Fenrir, aided by his spear, but ultimately, he will be devoured by the beast. Vidar, a son of Odin and the giantess Grid, will avenge his father by killing the wolf, crushing its lower jaw with his reinforced shoe and tearing its upper jaw apart. Vithar is also known as the Silent One, and an alternative version of Fenrir's demise suggests that Vithar will slay the wolf by thrusting his sword into its heart. In the reborn world that emerges after Ragnarok, Vithar will return alongside his half-brother Balder, the god of eternal light. Number 17, the world will perish and be reborn. Finally, Surt, the leader of the fire giants, will set the entire world ablaze, bringing about the demise of all living beings. The stars will vanish from the sky, the sun will extinguish, and toxic vapors will contribute to the mass extinction. Eventually, the earth will sink into the sea. Once the destruction is complete, a new and just world will emerge. The leader of the fire giants will burn the world, and all its inhabitants will perish. However, from the ashes, a new world, lush and green, will rise. The sun will reappear, as the embodiment of the goddess Sol. Before being devoured by the wolf Skoll, she will have given birth to a daughter identical to herself. This virgin daughter will continue her mother's path in the new heavens with the new sun, and the fields will prosper with bountiful crops. Number 18. Some gods survive, some perish before Ragnarok. A few gods will survive the final battle, including Vidar, Baldur's half-brother, and their children, Vithar and Forseti. The sons of Thor, Modi, and Magni, will inherit their father's prodigious hammer. Another survivor is Hothra, the indecisive god who defers all decisions to Mimir, possessing the faculty of foreseeing the future. Balder and his blind brother, Hothra, who died before Ragnarok, will emerge from the underworld. The surviving gods will gather at the meadow of Ithavoll, where they will discuss the past and the future. Number 19, a pair of humans survive Ragnarok. Although accounts of the events following Ragnarok only mention surviving gods, it is assumed that goddesses like Frigg, Odin's wife, and Freya, Freya's sister, will also survive in the fields of Ithavoll. The surviving gods will discover golden chessboards that the Aesir once used and marvel at this wonder. A pair of humans called Lif and Lifthrer will also survive the world's destruction by hiding within Yggdrasil, the world tree. The sword of the fire giant Surt will have no power of destruction within the tree. Lif and Lifthrer will repopulate the world, starting a new humanity, and they will worship the new pantheon of gods led by Balder. Number 20, the souls of the dead find refuge in new realms. During and after Ragnarok, according to some accounts, new abodes will appear for the souls of the dead. In addition to the afterlife realm of Hel, a second heavenly realm called Andlang will exist, to the south above Asgard. This divine paradise will stretch from the gods' dwelling to a third realm called Vidblain. The third realm, located above Andlang and Asgard, will be the abode of the light elves. Both the second and third realms will serve as refuge and dwelling places for the souls of the dead while the flames of Surt consume the world and in the aftermath of Ragnarok. Norse mythology and its key events, such as Ragnarok, are increasingly gaining popularity in the Western world due to their mixture of epic tales, extraordinary gods and characters, incredible weapons, and fantastic events that capture the imagination, as Tolkien did in The Lord of the Rings. We hope this video has been helpful to you. If you have anything to add, please share it with us in the comments section. Don't forget to like this video and share the link with your family and friends so they can also learn more about the 20 terrifying and curious things about the Norse apocalypse, Ragnarok. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, make sure to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We'll be back soon with more curiosities from history.